What's up, folks? Chef Vin is clocking in today. Today I'm going to be making a Vietnamese dish called Bún Bò Hue. And this is a dish that I enjoy as a little kid as well. So I do this. I haven't made this before, but I got the recipe from my mother. So she's a good cook, that I believe so. And she passed it on to me, so I'm going to be doing this dish today because I've been craving it. So it's like a red, soupy, beef based soup, and it's so flavory, and the noodles are kind of thick, and you have all this. So it's a different dish than pho. Usually pho, you would have pho for the soup, or you would have hou tiêu, or you have bom can, or then you have like bánh can or something like that. But today we're gonna be making Bún Bò Hue. So come on, check it out with me, and we'll do this together. And I'm gonna show you guys the recipe and how I do everything. And let's just go from there. Let's dive in. Let's go. So I went to the Vietnamese grocery store, and I got the beef oxtail, and then I got the pork hock. I don't know what that pork hock means, but I know there's feet in there, and there's pork bones and stuff like that, and there is a beef shank boneless. So this is going to be for the beef on the side and everything like that. Onion, garlic. I got garlic right here. This is ginger, lemongrass. This banana cod, I believe it's called bod or something like that. That's what it is. We got this chili mix for Bún Bò Hue. Yabi now Bún Bò Hue. So it's just saying like the spices for Bún Bò Hue. We got the noodles, of course, and then we got the pepper right here. So I got a hot pot mixing in right now. So let's start with the soup, okay? Let's go from there. First things first is that I want to be cleaning the meat with warm water and salt. So just rub it in there. This is the oxtail that I'm utilizing, and I am cleaning this one first and just taking out all the water. Make sure that I did it around 2 or 3 times. So this is enough right now. And now I have the beef shank. So just take that right out of the bag that I got from the Asian supermarket. And same thing, it's just gonna be open it up. Look at this thing. Ooh, looking beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. So just give it a good rinse and salt. Should be ready to go. Look at that thing. Okay, so now I want to prep the onion. And so how I prep the onion is I cut on top and bottom, and then I can just put that into the beef stock. And then we also have to do with lemongrass. So what we do with lemongrass, we smash it up a little bit so it can just release all those flavors, all the aroma out, because lemongrass is one of the most important ingredients in this dish. So boom, look at that thing, looking very nice, tied up, ready to go. I also added a ginger slice because ginger slices is always good, and I just incorporate this as well because I like soup with ginger. So there you go. So put your pot to a very, very, very hot, so get it to boiling, and then after that put in your meats, your proteins, and after all that goes in, I do it for about 10 minutes or so because I wanted to boil all the impurities out of the whole thing. So that's what you do with every single thing that you have with beef. You boil it up a little bit, and after it's all done and boiled with, you take it and then you just dump it, drain it, and clean it up because all those impurities are not good, and you're just gonna be stuck with all those oil and everything in there, so it's not good. What I'm doing right now is cleaning with cold water, so it stops the cooking, and it just allows it to just really, really replenish itself. After that, I start with the lemongrass, and I'm just chopping away. I like to do it very, 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 very thinly sliced and small because this is going to be the setup for the saute. All right, look at that go. And now I draw another pot. It's about a liter or two, and I put all the meats back in, and this is going to be actually a very long cook, around 1 hour to 2 hours, really depending. So the first hour is actually going to be just the beef shank, and after the beef shank, then the oxtail can cook for a very long time. But with this beef shank, I had a little bit of a problem, so we'll say that later. So right now I'm doing onion and lemongrass, putting in there, letting it heat for 1 hour. You let it simmer down, put it on high heat until boil, and then put it simmer down for the next hour or so. So now you just wait, let it go. After a good 5 or 10 minutes, I like to put into the salt. I put about a teaspoon of just regular salt into it, cover it up, put that down, and after that, then I would just get my chicken bouillon, and that thing is always good for soup too. So el pollo chicken bouillon, so that's what it is. And I think I'm having some trouble taking that off. However, this thing is just the base for all soup, so you can't go wrong with this. So getting it in there, 1 scoop is going to be plenty for this one. You can put more, but I already have all these other flavors that I want to just keep with this broth that I'm making. It is smelling delicious. That is what I am talking about. All right, so basically right now what we're gonna be doing is cleaning a little bit of all the dishes, because that's what you do when you're cooking. So let's make this happen. After I am washing the dishes, now I am doing the banana blossom. So I've never cut this before, but I know that I gotta take off a little bit because those other darker leaves can go. So I just decided to cut the back part right there, and I think I should have just kept on going cutting, but I just sliced it in half, and then I sliced it in other ways. Actually, I put it in water right away because I know that you have to dip this into water, and after that you can just start cutting it later on. After my prep, I'm looking at my beef stock and my other. This pot is actually the one with the yaw. So yaw hale is pork. So after that, I am taking out the impurities because it just floated off. This pork is like the pork knuckles, and these are so good. But they get a lot of that fat out. So I'm just boiling it up, taking all the impurities out, and you can just see all of that thing. It's not good. The next thing I do is take out the beef shank, and I'm poking it with a chopstick just to see if I see any more red, and I do see a lot more red. You can see that if I could squeeze that right there. Boom. So it has to go back into the stock because it is not ready. This thing takes a very long time to cook. Now here is the pork knuckles, and they look so good. They're so fattening, so bad, but you just take this with Nook Mom and you put it with some Thai chilies. Straight up, it's so bomb. Now I'm getting ready to do the saute. We need the lemongrass, the garlic, and some sugar and Nook Mom. And now I'm doing the oil. In the garlic goes, then the lemongrass. What I do is mix it up, mix it, and make sure that they don't burn. So I gotta keep mixing, make sure that you're kind of on a heat, but it's cooking it, but not too high. Then you put in sugar. 1 tablespoon is good enough to do that. So put that on in, and then after that I use the Nook Mum fish sauce. And I put a few, just eyeball it, really easy. Put Nook Mum anywhere, it's good. And then I take the Bún Bò Hue, yabi, which is the spices, and I put 1 spoon in there, teaspoon. and mix it all up. So this is what is going to make your stock reddish and beautiful and just all the aroma. That's what I'm talking about. Just check this out. And then actually I take the beef broth and I cook it in there and I put it up to a boil, the other one, and man, it is going to be bomb. As I'm continuously to mix this saute that goes into the pot, I am putting crushed chili because it's time to make it more spicier. I tell you what, that is gonna be kicking real good. Look at that thing. It's gonna taste so well. You can't have Bún Bò Hue without making it spicy. So I'm putting about 2 of them in there. Mix it, mix it, mix it. And it's just dying to smell. Okay, so the next thing I do is clear out the pot because it's about 1.5 hours already, and took out the onions. That's really great, and I got the lemongrass coming out too as well. So some of my tines kind of went all over the place, but it's all good. It's still a good broth to have lemongrass just sitting in there, so I have no problem with that. Just scoop it out later on as you go. Now that I cleared everything out of the stock, now I can put in the saute. Ooh, check that thing out. This is really what it is. I've seen my mom did this many times, but I've never tried it myself, and it just looks beautiful. It's so easily how all those spices came out, so I didn't know. Now I'm putting about half of this. My mom said you can't put more than half because it'll be too bitter, but half of it will be good enough. So this gives you that oily field taste and the redness, chili, peppers all over the place. So it is really, really, really hot, but I think it's ready to go. And it's ready to go with the slices and dices. Like I said, this is very, very tough beef breasts. It was very, very tough to cook, so I had to cook it again for like 2 or 3 times. Okay, so the next thing is going to be focusing on the noodles. Get it to a boil. This is the Bún Bò Hue noodles that I was talking about in the beginning, and I'm just putting it in there. So you got to give it a good boil and make sure that it you mix it good, get enough boom, and mix it. I am about 3 hours into my cook and finally getting it right. This is my first time doing it, but I think it is turning out pretty well. So over here, I got the meat. This one took a little bit longer to cook. It was not 20 minutes. It was like about 1.5 hours to do that one. Got the extra saute right there. And I got my stew. And I think I like where the spiciness is. And this is that rich looking flavor that we're always looking for in bánh canh. And I left the lemongrass in there because I like it going on. Now we're doing the boom. All right, and this is just the spread right here. I gotta get a few things, but that is coming together. After you get this to a boiling, you want to shut off the heats and then just let it sit in there and then mix it later. So you don't have to cook it for such a long time. So my mom said so. We just let it hit there for a good 10 minutes or so. Okay, so now it is time to kind of taste it. That's what she's looking like. And let's see. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful color. Blow on it a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, it's spicy. It has a kick, but it's not too great. But with the whole soup, oh man, that's comfort. But ooh, tastes just like it. Now, as I'm waiting, I'm getting all my vegetables out, and we are going to be doing all that real quick right now. Okay, so I finally got everything that I needed. I had to go get some vegetables, so green onions and stuff like that. So I set everything up kind of like it's easy access to eat and stuff like that. So check this out, man. This is the ja. This is the oxtail. This is the pork knuckles. This is the beef shank. Got the noodles. Got the setup and all the garnishes right here. Ho ho ho. Let's make this bowl, baby. And here is the pot. Oh, yes. Alright, so that's how you make a bowl of Bún Bò Hue. And actually, there's multiple bowls. So what you gotta do right now is just dig in, man. This is what it is. Ooh, just all these flavors. I'm gonna try the pork first, the pork sausage. It's all about that soup and all the noodles come together and everything is so delicious. So, well, I'm gonna finish this bowl. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys try out this recipe and let me know how you guys think. If you like it, yes or no, like and subscribe and share with all your friends. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.